Hi, good morning. So my tutorial today is a simple one. It's called preparing for a different transition in life. Good morning. I am Crystal Venable. I love to talk about God and where He leads me. Sometimes it's cluttered, sometimes it's not. Sorry, I just woke up. I don't feel like being beautiful for you guys. I want to be as real and authentic as possible so that you can understand um, the different aspects of God and why you should lean onto Him even when it seems like you should. Even when it seems like it's unbearable. Anyways, I trust in God with all of my mind, heart, soul, and spirit. I hope that you do. I have been with my spouse for 18 years. And even though we are separating, it's not a bitter separation. So I'm Crystal. I'm your pastor. Thanks for tuning in. Again, these these are for people that are devoted to Christ. No matter the certainties of it, you have to understand that devotion is devotion. This is not for the faint of heart. It's not an attack against other people. This is my life, and this is the story of my life and my devotion to Christ. So that's why I give these. I know that sometimes there's a lot of rumors going out. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. Some things I remember, some things I don't remember. But I stand on the truth. I hope that you do too. Anyways, so I am giving my devotion today, as I do every day, on God, because I minister and that's what I do. So my ministry is about finding finding fulfillment. That's a beautiful word. Fulfillment when things become turbulent or unclear or uncertain. Again, to my viewers, this is not for everyone. I don't want everyone on my site. This is for people that actually believe and are devoted to God, even when it's not promising or perfect. When you lean onto Him so strongly that it literally feels like you're lightweight. That's what I mean. Anyways, so I'm not gonna make this long today. I just woke up, but I wanted to get on here because I said 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a week, and I want to stay true to that. For the most part. So, in my findings of God, what He wants mostly is He wants you to be strong. He wants you to be encouraged. He wants you to love. And the what He wants the most, and what I find to be true to my heart at 45, is He wants you to trust Him unconditionally, even when it seems like it's unbearable. It's doesn't look clear. You're not sure. Even if you're born into a family of darkness or of light or of uncertainty, He wants you to trust Him unconditionally. That's not always easy to muster up inside, to completely lean on God, but I do. I lean completely on Him, and sometimes it's just like it's surreal because you're giving him all of you. Just fully surrender. So I just want to let you know. So me personally, I fully surrender to God at all times, and it's not always easy. It's not always. It should be easy, but it doesn't always feel easy. But I lean completely into Him at all times. So I want you to trust Him even when it seems like it's hard to trust. Just trust Him and believe in Him, and He'll take you to wherever you need to be in life, no matter what the circumstances is. And I have led that my whole life, and I have never been wrong. Just trust in Him at all times. So how did I find where I belong with God, and how did I find out that He was talking to me and no one else was? Because I dig deep down in my heart, when things are uncertain or things don't make sense to me, or there's pain or there's confusion or there's chaos, I go in my heart, and that's where I find the truth. People can tell me, you know, all day long, where they met me, how they met me. They can bring my whole world into perspective, and that's a beautiful thing. But where I started from, in my mother's womb, that cannot be altered, or when I started in heaven, that can't be altered either. So, like I said, I met God, and I found Him true when I started to really breathe Him in and really take Him in. And when, like I said, when I had uncertainties in my life, I just knelt down and prayed. I asked Him for clarity. I asked Him for strength and encouragement, and that's when I found Him the most reliable. I found Him trustworthy. He has never wronged me. He told me who my enemies was. He told me when they would attack, how fast they'll attack, and how long they will attack. He showed me love. He showed me hospitality. He showed me strength. He showed me encouragement. He showed me grace and hospitality. He showed me that even if I was never to marry, I still had purpose, I still had value, and I still had, a life to live. And even if that life got altered, which it did get altered, He already knew that. And how do I know that He knew that? Because He showed me. He said, this is the path that, you need to take. But because of some of your choices, I won't take your choices away from you, but because of some of your choices, you will have a harder time. And that's how I know it's God and not someone else. Because if it was someone else, they would be angry. They would be fighting and aggressiveness and violent and hateful. And God's not hateful. He's not, He's not a violent person. He's not going to show you your past to hurt you or to inflict you with pain or uncertainty, or to make you lose your mind, or to somehow lessen you or take away your value or your worth. He doesn't do that. And that's how I know it's God. So anyways, God is very ever present in my life, and He has been since I was born. And I can't tell you all of it, but He literally showed me. He goes, this is the choice that you will make, but I'm letting you know I've already changed some things for you, but it will be difficult for you and it will feel like hell for you. And it does. Sometimes, I swear to God, it feels like the worst hell I've ever felt in my entire life. But I know that when I die, I'll go to heaven. And even though my soul may be tired and exhausted and frustrated and sometimes I want to give up, sometimes I want to roll in the sand and just I know that my creator exists, because if he did not exist, there's no way I can communicate this to you right now. And even though I may not have any viewers, I don't need any. I know that they hear me because they hear him. And that's all that matters. As long as they hear his silent call. I don't call people. He does. And when he calls, they listen. And I don't mean he's not angry. He's not jealous. He's not territorial. He's not controlling. He's not sexual. He's not physical. He's not mentally challenging you. I love him, and I can honestly say with all of my heart and all of my spirit and with all my mind and with all my soul, I have met God. I haven't seen him with my natural eyes, at least I don't think, but I have felt him, and he is real, ever present in my life. Anyways, joy and peace today, and I'm sorry my hair looks a mess. I cut my hair, and I had it long and pretty, and I cut it, and now it's just not cute anymore. So I might have to go back to braids, and I don't like braids because I'm getting older, right? You get older, and you kind of like, that may not fit my face anymore, and so you just so like, So anyways, life is beautiful, and it can be shortened at any time, right? Your life can be here today, gone tomorrow. And that's just what it is. And you just have to deal with it, I don't have any calamity. I don't have any regrets in my life. I don't have anything that holds me in chains. I hold, and this is beautiful to me, I held myself in chains. And I might still do that the rest of my life because, and it's not for other people, it's because I love God so much. Every time he gives me, I want to give more and more and more and more of myself. And because I want to give so much, that human side of me, and this is why I love God, the human side of me say, well, I'm not deserving of this. And that's where the sin comes in at, wink. I'm not deserving of this love, this unconditional love. And that's where the chains come from. And unfortunately for me, I love myself very much, so I am very much confident. But when it comes to God himself, sometimes, and it's a sin, I assure you it's a sin. I just hope he never judges me on it to the fact of putting me in hell permanently. But I completely love God. It's so much so that it is very hard for me to do anything outside of him. I worship him in spirit and in truth and honesty. Even when I cursed, I had a hard time. Was wanting to take it back. And again, he showed me everything. He showed me everything that I would do and what I wouldn't do. He showed me if I took this path, what would happen. And if I took the other path, what would happen. He goes, but because you love me so much, And I love when he calls my name Crystal. He says, because you love me so much, I will pardon you. I believe that in my heart to be true. And even though, like, in the back of your mind, you think, but I know that's what he said to me. And I am ever grateful because he put me in the world, and I just, trust me, I didn't want to be in the world. I wanted to stay in heaven. I don't want to go down there. No, absolutely not. And I know, like I said, this is not for the faint of heart. This is for people that are true believers and are devoted to Christ like I am. It is very, 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 and I swear to God on my life, it is the most beautifulest thing that you will ever experience in your life. But you have challenges when you're born, whether you're rich or poor. It's a challenge. And anyways, I enjoyed talking to you. I hope you enjoyed talking to me. I love you. I want you to have a better understanding of God. I don't want any souls lost to Satan, because he's very much real. He is ever present, but he's not present in the way that you assume that he is. He is very gifted, very intellectual, very savvy, very smart. He is a force to be reckoned with, but with God on your side, you cannot lose. It may feel like loss. It may feel like the earth is dead. Trust me, when Satan challenged me, I swear to God on my life, and I'll never forget it as long as I live, I still to this day have been ever changed because he is real. I don't care what nobody says. Satan is real. And if it was not for God on my side, he would have shifted me like wheat. I swear to God, he would have shifted me like wheat. And he does now shift me like wheat, but not in its entirety. He's waiting for everything to come into play so that he can shift me like wheat. And why does he shift people like wheat? It's not always because you're a sinner. It's not always because you are a Christian. It's not always because you're a follower. It's not always because you're in the world. It's because he hates the existence of man. Anything that God created, he hates. And just the truth, he shift me like sandpaper. I mean, shift me like sandpaper. But I remember, even as a child, extending my spirit upward and not downward. And that's the difference. I love you. I'm gonna go eat now. I haven't ate breakfast. I love you. Peace and joy and humbleness to you at all times.